Good morning, everyone. Okay, so I'm up bright and early this morning, selling some Scentsy, doing some work, and I decided that I'm going to go ahead and do a quick little training on staying organized. It is January. We're going to have to stay organized for the whole year, and I want to get you guys prepared to really get your butts in gear and stay organized, and ultimately this is going to help you at the beginning of next year for your taxes, and it is going to help you provide better customer service to your customers. So that's all a bonus. So I'm going to show you. I'll tell you a quick story. So last night I had a customer call me and wanted a couple of new Scentsy bars. And she said, well, I am going to work right now. I can stop by tonight or maybe another time. And I said, no, stop by tomorrow when you get off work. She goes, I get off at 6 a.m. And I said, that's fine. I'll get up. And she just couldn't believe it this morning when she came over. She's like, I can't believe you get up at 6 a.m. And I said, hey, I'll get up at 6 o'clock in the morning to sell you Scentsy, so I don't have to do your job all night long. So she was pretty impressed with that. But her and I got to chatting. And one of the things that she said, you know, I've been buying those Walmart bars forever just because it's handy and I never remember to call you, and I always forget to call you, and I'm always right there in Walmart. I just grab those bars because it's convenient. So a lot of my customers, and I know I've noticed this in the last couple years even, they just spend their money on those Walmart bars because they're right there handy and convenient. And obviously we can't open up a store and be that convenient. But there are other ways for us to make ourselves more available and more convenient for our customers. Yeah, they may have our phone numbers, but they're not going to remember to call us when they want Scentsy bars, or they may not take the time to do it. So maybe we should call them. And I've asked a lot of my customers personally, and they said, yeah, call me every couple of months, you know, and ask me if I need to reorder. Tell me that you're putting in an order. Do I want anything? Customers want you to call them back and ask them if they need anything, because they want more Scentsy bars. They're just forgetting, or they're too busy and it's not as convenient for them. But it'd be more convenient if you'd call them and say, hey, I'm putting in an order. Do you want anything? So most of my customers, 9 out of 10, said, yeah, call me. And then another thing I'm doing to be more convenient for my customers is I'm offering my Scent of the Month Club. So I'm sending to my customers who choose to receive it, I'm sending them the warmer and Scent of the Month every month in the mail to their house. And what that is doing is it's allowing me to send them something every single month to remind them of me. So all they have to do is take my information, because every month I'm sending my information. They just have to call me one of those months that they're getting something in the mail. My phone number's right there on the mail that they're getting. They just have to call me and say, hey, I want to go ahead and order this Scent of the Month, or hey, I keep forgetting, but I need to order some more bars. So that's one way to make yourself convenient without having to call and bother your customers if that's out of your comfort zone, or if your customer doesn't want to be called. If they don't want to be called, don't have their phone number, or maybe put that down somewhere. I'm going to show you some ways to stay really organized. Most customers, they want to be called every once in a while. I mean, they'll let you know. You can ask them, and or you can just do the Scent of the Month Club where you're sending them something in the mail every month, because emails are great and you should still do emails, but you don't know who checks their emails. But everybody gets their mail, and people love to get mail. It's fun to get mail. And they're going to really think of you and remember you every month that you send them something. I've been doing the Scent of the Month Club since early this summer, and I've had some great results with it. I had a girl just the other day order like $80 and stuff from our personal website, and she's just part of my Scent of the Month Club, and that is her second time ordering from my website, all from my Scent of the Month Club. So that's a good thing to do, and I just wanted to give you that little bit of information there before I get right into this training. Okay, so how to stay organized through the year. First thing I want to show you, and I'll attach these documents to our team Facebook group if they're not already. Most of them should already be there. And if any of you are really smart with a computer and can edit these and make them a million times better, go for it, and then repost them so I can use them too. But I've got these documents that I'm about to show you from another direct sales company, and I just kind of edited the best I could. It was really hard for me to do without completely recreating it, and recreating it is very time consuming, and for some reason I cannot get my computer to let me do it the way I want, and I'm very particular. It has to be done the way I want it, or I'm not going to do it at all. So until I get these recreated better, this is what we've got to deal with. So this is a monthly income and expense form, and it goes January through June on the first half, and then July through December on the second half, okay? So, what it has on it, you probably can't see it very well, but that's okay because you are going to see it when you download it online. But we've got income here, okay? That's the income part. We're going to put your product sales, what you've sold in January, what you sold in February, what you sold in March, and so on. That way, you can quickly pull this up and know what you sold those months, and that's really fun to look at. And then your commission, what you got in commission each of those months. And then down here is miscellaneous income. I don't know what that would be, but it was on here, so I left it. Okay, and then we have the expenses. Those are always fun, right? So this is what you're going to be deducting off your taxes, so you want to make darn sure you're keeping track of this. First thing is hostess gifts and party gifts. When you give your hostess a gift for her party, or you do a door prize drawing, or any kind of game, or giveaways at events, or anything like that, this isn't the event line, there's another event line. But hostess gifts and door prize drawings go hostess gifts and party gifts. You're deducting that off of your taxes, so you want to put that there. Discounts. That's any other discounts that you gave in the month of January. So if you did a show, an event, and you didn't charge taxes that whole event, you're going to keep track of those taxes, and you're going to put that in the discount section because you're going to write that off because you paid those taxes and you didn't charge your customer that. So that's the same thing as a discount, so you're going to write that off. If you gave somebody $5 off a $40 order or more, or whatever kind of discount you may have done, you're going to put that in the discounts for January, okay? And we have other forms to help you keep track of that so you're not putting it in here, scratching it off, and putting it in again. Okay, and then we've got refunds. If you gave anybody a refund for anything, I sure hope you don't have to. You're going to put it in there and count that. Okay, damages, if you broke anything at an event, or if one of your mini testers or party testers got destroyed. Let's say your whole mini tester set is melted. That's a $25 damage. You have to get a new mini tester set. Write that off. Okay, donations. If you donated anything, if you donated a warmer and a bar to a silent auction, that's a donation. If you, any kind of donations, if you did a fundraiser and you donated the money, the donations, you want to write that off. Event fees, okay? You can write that off too. If you did a booth and you paid $20 for the booth, you're going to write that off on event fees, okay? Meals and refreshments, if you bought anything to eat or drink on your way to that event, or at that event, or on your way home from that event, you are going to write off those meals and refreshments, okay? Not just at the event, on your way to and from the event too. Okay, every tax person's different. I'm not going to give you tax advice here. I'm going to tell you what I'm doing, and if it's wrong, don't do it. And if you're not doing it yet and you think it's okay, you can do it. Go to your tax person for tax advice. I am no CPA. I have no clue what I'm doing. I just do this. I turn it into my CPA, and she does what she wants with it. And hopefully soon I'm going to know more of what's really right and what's really wrong. But for now, I'm doing it the way I do it, and you do it the way you do it, and let's not argue over taxes, okay? Because I'm not giving you official tax advice. You go where you want. But this is, I'm pretty sure all this is okay. Okay, travel expenses. So air, hotel, etc. So that is if you go to convention, if you go to Spring Sprint, wherever you go and you have travel expenses, like if you're paying for your airfare. I don't want to say gas because there's another thing for miles driven. And some people are allowed to deduct their gas, and some people are only allowed to deduct their mileage. And some people maybe deduct both. I don't know. That's another one of those iffy tax questions. Don't ask me to answer that, but you can put your travel expenses here, okay? And then we have postage and shipping fees. So I ship stuff to you guys every month, and I ship stuff to my customers every month too. So you want to save them, post office receipts, any kind of shipping fees that you have, and put that here. Utilities, phone, and internet. That's another iffy thing. I'm not going to go into that with you. You can write what you pay for your utilities and internet there, and you can take that up with your CPA. Office and business supplies, printing paper, pens, tape for shipping stuff, these manila envelopes, anything you buy for your Scentsy business, deduct that under office and business supplies. I know you can't see this well. Advertising. If you do any advertising, business cards, if you put anything in the paper, if you do any type of advertising, just any advertising that costs money, you put that there. Bank or credit card charges. Okay, so bank or credit card charges. You had somebody give you a bad check. Your bank ran that check 2 times and charged you like $5 for that bad check. You ended up getting the money back from the customer, so they cleared you, but you felt bad charging your customer that charge that your bank charged you for their bad check. So bank or credit card charges. The bank, you're going to write off that charge for that bad check. And then credit card charges, interest on your credit card. If you're using your credit card for your business, you can actually use that interest on your credit card for writing it off. And then miles driven, and then miscellaneous, whatever else that wasn't covered in this, put it in there. Okay, so that's, and it says 2013 on the top. Okay, and this is what I'm doing with it. I'm putting it inside this big manila envelope. I've just got it attached to the front here, okay? Both forms attached to the front. That's the way it's out and handy, and I don't have to reach inside and pull it out every single month, because if it was in here hiding from me, I wouldn't remember to do it January through December. I would forget. So I wouldn't do it. So that's why it's out here in the open where I can see it. Some people would think, oh, well, it's going to get bent up like that. I have to have it out or I'm not going to do it. And then inside the envelope is going to be my receipts and proof of expenses. Proof of all of this right here that I have, any proof I have, it's all going to go down in here. If I have like a mile log, I'm going to put my mile log in here. If I have post office receipts, like this one right here, post office receipt, that's going to go right down in here, and every single time I get a receipt or any kind of proof of expense, okay, I'm going to shove that right down in here. And you can do it monthly if you want, like on the back here, because you don't want to do this and have to scribble it out a million times, or you could do it in pencil. That would be smart too. But like January, I'm going to have several post office things, so I can't go here under postage and put that one receipt in this postage box. I can't do that because I'm going to have a million more of those for January. So on the back, I might write January and like write postage next to it and start putting the numbers in and then add them all up. And then at the end of January, when January's over, I might take these totals that I write on the back, I just little scribble, you know, and then I'll enter them in here, and then January will be done. But every single month, I'm just going to go ahead and shove my receipts in here. And the reason I'm telling you to maybe write on the back is because you're going to just start shoving and shoving and shoving receipts in here. And you're going to, let's just say you say, oh, I'm just going to shove them all in, and at the end of the month I'll take them all out and then add them up. You can do that, but if they're going to get mixed in with receipts from the month before and the month before, that's going to get too complicated. So maybe you want to write it down as you shove it in. Or if that isn't going to work for you, if you don't like the idea of having 12 months of receipts shoved in this thing, maybe you could get 12 of these and put January receipts in here, February receipts in here, March receipts in here, however you want to do it. It's up to you. It's how the level of organization, the number of these you want to use. But yeah, you can like put January receipts and just shove them in this and shove them down in this, and then you could literally open this up and shove all your receipts in the January one. And then you could, at the end of January, pull them all out of this, total them up, write it on the front of your form here, fill out January, and then shove it down in there and you're done with that. And then at the end of the year, you're going to have this completely filled out, all of your proof of expenses, all in this, and you just hand this to your CPA, and she's going to love you and give you a discount on doing your taxes. She really does. So do that. So yeah, no joke. She was so proud. She's like, oh, I didn't have to do nothing. I'm giving you a discount. So, and if you want to know who I use a girl, an older lady in St. Joe. She's awesome. So, and she'll help you with anything and answer any of your questions. And you pay for her to do your taxes. I paid like $90, and she says this buys me for the year. Talk to me all year long. So, oh, and you're going to write off what you paid your CPA and write that one off too. So, okay, so that's how I'm doing this to keep track of that. Now, let me show you the next thing. This is the part that is going to be good customer service, okay? So, I have one of these. I want to show you. Okay. I have one of these boxes. It can be Scentsy. It can be Velada. It can be whatever. It's just a box that, like a box that, I don't know, Scentsy sends you these small boxes and sends you inside of a big box sometimes, or send the month club boxes sometimes. Whatever, just get a box, okay? It can be taller than this. It doesn't matter. It can be wider than this. It doesn't matter. This one actually is just pretty dang perfect. See that? How it's like just perfectly fits in there. It could be a taller box because see on the back I have wrote 2013 sales and deductions. I had that labeled in the box. So if it was a taller box, this flappy thing would pop up and show me what it is, or I could have put that on the front. So let me show you what I did here. This is a box, and it has the flappies, just like all boxes have, okay? It had the flappies on it. You see that? That was the side of the box. The side of the box where it closes and stuff. Okay? I cut that off, and you know what I'm going to do with it? It's going to be a divider. I'm in January right now. See at the top of this manila form, I wrote January 2013. I'm in January, so I want the divider there. But whenever I'm in, see how I got February, March, April. But when I'm in April, I'm going to put the divider here, okay? And I'm going to have this box sitting here, all neat and pretty like this, with all of my envelopes in here. And I'm like, oh, January's at the front. Well, I'm going to just put this divider, and there I am. I'm in April. Right where I need to be, okay? So I just took the little side of the box, cut it off, and put it in as a marker. That's all I did, okay? That's simple, right? Okay, so now I'm going to show you what I'm doing with these, okay? This is how I'm keeping track of the sales I do every month, whether it's a party, an event, or a random order that I get. This is how I'm keeping track of it, okay? I've got these tabs. It's just one of these, okay? I just didn't fold it. I'm not going to fold it because I'm using the tabs at the top to be the marker. See? All cute and everything. All cute. Telling me what month it is. Use this divider thing to tell me the next month. I like them like that. That's how I like them. If you don't like them like that, don't do it. But I'm just giving you my tips. Okay, so I've got January on here, January 2013. And on the outside of the envelope, I've got the word sales, okay? So I'm going to total up my sales for January and put it on the outside of this to be all neat. I've got number of parties/events because I want to know how many parties I did in January, how many I did in February, and so on. And then I've got expenses, discounts that I've given are on the outside, miles driven are on the outside, and any miscellaneous is on the outside. And what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to use our nifty other form. This is another form. It's also going to be attached. And again, I got this from another direct sales company and edited it the best I could. So don't worry about some of this, okay? It says Scentsy Home Show and Event Summary Form. Show summary, okay? At the top, it's asking for the date and the address. The date is important. The address, not so much. It's just for your personal record. Host and event, hostess or event name, I would put that, and their phone number and their email. That way you can recontact that event, or you can recontact that hostess, and you'll have this, okay? Then it's asking for product sales, okay? Of course, you want the product sales written on that line. You want that down there, the amount you're getting paid on, the party amount, okay? Underneath that, it says sales tax. I don't know what the other company that had this form was doing with it, but we don't have to use it in that manner. But I do keep it there because, see that sales tax line? See it? I've crossed out collected it. It says sales tax collected. That doesn't matter to me how much sales tax I collected, and often I don't collect it. So I'm at an event, okay? And my discount that I usually do at my event, the big one I do, is I don't ever charge sales tax because it's too much to worry about, and I don't want to deal with pocket change. So I never charge sales tax at an event. And I'm losing that money, yes. Not technically because I'm getting the commission covers that, but I'm going to write that sales tax off because I paid for it, and it's a discount that I gave my customer. I didn't make them pay, so it's technically a discount. So I put the party amount here, okay? And I'm not going to figure their sales tax on every single order form because they're not going to pay it. So if I put the event amount up here, I can go back later and figure, okay, this is my event total, this is what I sold, this is what I paid in sales tax on it. And I'll put that down here on the sales tax line because I want to know what I paid in sales tax because I'm going to write that off on my taxes because it's a discount I gave them. Okay, and then underneath that you have room for hostess and other discounts. So this is a party and event form. If you gave other discounts at an event, you're going to put that under the other part. If it's at a party and you gave discounts or whatever you did, you're going to put that up here. The tax, you're most likely not going to use unless you're doing events and not charging tax the way I am. That's the only time you're going to use that. And then the discounts part, you're going to probably use that for a home show. You're going to give a discount. You're going to count that as the, like the free, the door prize drawing. Or, you can't write off host rewards. I don't think you can write off host rewards because it didn't cost you since he pays for that. But you can write off, like if you give a hostess gift out of your pocket, or if you give a door prize drawing, this is the home show summary form that you're going to put that on, okay? You're going to put that on here. That way you have it on this show form. That way later you can quickly and easily transfer it to here, okay? If you get all these papers sitting in front of you, it's a whole lot less confusing than I'm probably making it sound, okay? It's easy peasy. But, so event fees, okay, no, so product sales, their sales tax, you're not going to use it unless you're doing what I do at events. Hostess and other discounts, this is where you're going to do hostess gifts and door prize drawings, whatever you give away at a party that costs you money. Okay, and then expenses, event fees, if you paid a booth fee, refreshments and food on the way to there and on the way home, and then other. So any expenses you may have had at that party or whatever. Another thing that could go in the other is if you're at a party and somebody breaks something or ruins a mini tester, you can write that as an other fee that costs you, because that costs you. And then your mileage down here, it gives you a total line here. I don't do anything with the total line, honestly, because you can't total your expenses and your sales on the same line. I don't do that. So I just forget that and I go to the miles. And then business growth. It allows you to put future event dates and potential recruits down that you have and their information, okay? So let's just say this was not an event, okay? We're going to pretend this is a party form, okay? On my party form, all I'm filling out is the party total, obviously their date and their name and their information, party total, and then the hostess and other discounts, which is the free item I gave my hostess, and my door prize, and my game drawing, whatever. I'm going to put that down, and my mileage, and any business growth information. I'm going to put that all down on this form for my party, okay? Here's the order forms from the party, okay? There they are, order forms from the party. I'm going to take them and stick them right inside this form and fold it over, okay? So there's my hostess summary form all filled out and ready to go. All the order forms that went along with that party are inside of this form, okay? I'm going to save them in here. Take my handy dandy paper clip and clip them, okay? So, my whole party, all the order forms to this party, are in this piece of paper that on the outside of the paper quickly tells me how much the party was, my expenses that I had, my mileage that I had, and all that fancy stuff, okay? So, this is for January. I'm going to take this and stick it down inside the January thing that I had for this. Remember, I have this, I have them labeled through the months.